will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday.
Alright, so this time we can't delete any of the articles because I'm going to need to write them down afterwards.
I'm not deleting the articles.
I didn't say you were. I'm saying to let you know this time we can't hit the X on them when we're done with them. Because I know it's what we did last time, to keep track of what we had read. So we're going to try to read them in order from across the screen just so we don't lose our place. And that way we can keep track of them and I can write them down of how many articles we read, okay? All right, Matt, so we got about 10 seconds.
I'll do what you want.
The time is 10 a.m.
You start.
Thank you for tuning into the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Savannah, and I'm here with
Madison, hello.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast, both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel, Monday to Friday, between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.readerku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving pre-programmed radio. All right.
So, let's see. First article of the day that I'm going to be reading to you guys. Let's see.
Springfield Daily Citizen.
Yeah, I got it. All right, first article. Son of Rocco's Pizza founder to open new Battlefield restaurant. And it says John Palazzolo?
Palazzolo.
He is trying something, quote, a little bit different. He will bring a new sit-down restaurant to the Battlefield community, something City Leader supports. And you can see John Palazzolo, and he's posing him with his namesake sign, and it was photographed on Wednesday, December 10th, yesterday, in Battlefield, and this photo is photographed by Ellie Frystark. The article continues to go on saying, the Palazzolo family has been part of the Springfield area's pizza scene for nearly 20 years. John Palazzolo, which is the son of Rocco's Pizza founder, is branching out with a new restaurant in Battlefield set to open in next month, which will be called Palazzolo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. John Palazzolo goes on to say, obviously we're not going to have pizzas, but it's not just a pizzeria. I wanted to try something a little bit different, maybe focus more on dinners. The owner closed on the 5420 West Bypass property in March of 2025, according to Greene County assessor's office records. And for the past several months, he has been personally renovating the property. Palazzolo said Battlefield city leaders and residents have been supportive of his restaurant, and he expects to open it in the first week of January. The article goes on to continue to say Palazzolo will be a departure from Rocco's model. Palazzolo said there is an expression in Sicily? Okay. Sicily, when the cat's not around, the mice party. For years, his family established pizzerias one by one in Southwest Missouri. He explained, we did it one at a time, and we just built it and sold it and moved on to the next one. This model enabled the family to focus on a single store at once. Most recently, Palazzolo said he'd help open a Boulevard Rocco's Pizza in 2020. The owners of a Rocco's restaurant received rights to use the name and the family dough and sauce recipes. Palazzolo stated that he has never worked with a general manager. Both he and his father are independent entrepreneurs. He goes on to say, it is really hard to let go. My dad didn't even want dishwashers. However, the owner is interested in training someone for a leadership role at his new restaurant. He hopes to find a person who can run things in his absence, and he plans to maintain ownership for the business. Palazzolo then goes on to say, I don't foresee it being like Rocco's, where we're going to open up several of these, but I think this is going to be it. The new restaurant will seat about 37 people inside. Pablo's plans to create an outdoor patio in the future, seating an additional 25 people. Over the past 7 months, he has completed extensive renovations on the site, from title to HVAC, and installing a commercial kitchen. Pazlo's menu will include some foods like the owner grew up eating, like a rigatoni dish his mother made on Sundays, just for an example. Visitors will be able to order pizza or pick up a pie to go. Eventually, Pazlo then said his restaurant will offer an online ordering service. The article goes on to say Battlefield looks forward to a new restaurant. And you can see a picture of Pazlo. Pazlo is near the intersection of West 3rd and West Bypass, and he hopes to open it just after the new year. Once again, this photo is by Ellie Frystack, and it's a picture of Italian restaurant and pizzeria, and you can see it's got a logo of Pazlo's name and an Italian flag as their logo. All right, the article continues saying Pazlo's is opening in a commercial property that was previously zoned as a C1 neighborhood business district. To accommodate a restaurant, it needed to be rezoned to a C2 general commercial district. The Battlefield Board voted unanimously in favor of the rezoning in March of 2025. Mayor Crabtree told the Daily Citizen, "I think that's what people are looking for in this area, is more of a sit-down restaurant option." Battlefield, a community of about 60,000 people, is
6,000.
home. Oh, not yeah, 6,000. Imagine. 6,000 people, not 60,000, is home to a few local dining options. Crabtree also said that restaurants are one of the residents' top desires for the area, as reflected in community surveys.
Okay.
Chris McPhail. Okay, Chris McPhail, Battlefield's interim city administrator, said, "We are in favor of growth and we want to see a lot more of it." He added on to say that more small and service-oriented businesses would be a good fit for the community. I don't know why my voice is all scratched up.
It's okay.
All right. The article then continues to go on to say, behind a small Ozarks pizza empire, Rocco Pazlo, now 80, frequently stops by to see the progress on his son's new venture. The native of Sicily started his first pizzeria in New Jersey back in the 1960s. Today, he lives in Billings with a flock of 10 sheep. John Pazlo also says he sacrificed a lot and just worked. So this is something that is kind of like a dream of his, to have a large amount of animals and just the tranquility of, doing what he wanted to do. The family opened the first Rocco's Restaurant Republic back in 2006. They went on to open stores in Springfield, Nixa, Ozark, Monette, Branson, and Boulevard. Pazlo's biggest cheerleader is his wife of 26 years, Vicey 99. The couple met at a pizzeria owned by Pazlo's uncle. So for around 13 years, Pazlo ran a fresh dough and sauce business, preparing the products 4 times a week for about a dozen clients. He sold the dough business to a family friend in 2023, but he is proud to say that his recipes are still in use. Pazlo then went on to say, "Every pizza that everybody's had from Rocco's and several other stores, I've had something to do with it. And that's the end of that article.
Thank you. I'll be reading from the Springfield News-Leader. From parades to lunch with Santa, here are some Ozark holiday events. By Susan Suzesh. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, even after our post-Thanksgiving snow dusting has melted. If you're already in the spirit, or needing a little nudge, take a look at our list, which includes parades and tree lightings, as well as places to enjoy a festive drink. There are plenty of events, Santa sightings, pop-up bars, and handcrafted gift opportunities in the Ozarks this season. Stay in the spirit with the whole family throughout the season. Whether you want to make a day of it or are looking for something to fill a slow afternoon, here are some holiday attractions that run throughout the month. Bass Pro Shops Skating Trail. This will continue on through January 4th at Bass Pro Shops, 1 Bass Pro Drive, Springfield.
Sorry.
It's okay. The parking lot at Bass Pro Shops has been transformed into a winter wonderland, including an 8,000 square foot ice skating trail. Tickets begin at $15, and the experience is open 4 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturdays, and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sundays. There will be extended hours during the weeks of Christmas and New Year's Day, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on December 22nd, 23rd, and 26th, December 29th, 30th, and January 1st and 2nd. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve will be available from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and it will be closed on Christmas Day. Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas at Wonders of Wildlife at the Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium, 500 West Sunshine Street, Springfield. Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium is hosting on its Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas through January 4th. Brilliant lights, festive sounds, and interactive multimedia projections transform the entire aquarium into a glowing wonderland. Entry is included with general admission and memberships. Gardens Aglow at Mizumoto Japanese Stroll Garden. Select dates through the 28th, the Mizumoto Japanese Stroll Garden, 2400 South Scenic Avenue, Springfield. Guests can walk through the garden to see more than 225,000 festive lights, as well as enjoy drinks and treats from local food vendors. Pre-sale tickets, which can be bought at the friendsofthegarden.org, are $6 per adult and $4 for children between 3 and 12 years old. At the gate, tickets are $8 for adults and $5 for children between 3 and 12 years old. Friends of the Garden members, Springfield Sister Cities Association members and children younger than 2 years old get in for free. An old-time Christmas at Silverado City.
Whoa, that's a pretty picture.
There is a picture of a parade where there is a Santa on a sleigh, float that has a reindeer at the front. It is lit up brilliantly and has multiple people taking a picture of it.
And they all look ecstatic.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the people look happy.
Yeah.
This picture was taken by Samantha Foster of the Springfield News-Leader. This will continue on through January 4th at the Silver Dollar City, 399 Silver Dollar City Parkway, Branson.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Take in the sights, sounds, and tastes a holiday season at Silver Dollar City's Old Time Christmas. According to the park, this year's event features more than 6.5 million lights adorning every area from top to bottom. Attractions this year include a real tree in the plaza, an 8-story animated tree with music and lights, the Frisco Sing-Along steam trains, as well as shows like A Dickens Christmas Carol, The Living Nativity, and Heart of Christmas. This is also your last chance to catch Rudolph's Holly Jolly Christmas Parade, which is in its final season. Celebrate Christmas with parades, tree lightings, in the Ozark. It's not the holiday season without floats, festooned in lights, and community cheer. Here are parades and tree lighting ceremonies in the Ozarks. The Willow Tree Lighting will be on December 5th at Macaulay Park, 701 North Taylor Avenue in Nixa. Nixa's tree lighting will start at 9 p.m. at 5 p.m. I am so sorry.
Yeah,
this year, and will feature ice skating, photos with Santa, cocoa and cookies, local dance performances, and a toy giveaway while supplies last.
Imagine if they did start at 9 p.m.
The Willard Parade will be on December 6th in downtown Willard. Starting at 2 p.m., Willard's annual Christmas parade will make its way east along Jackson Street throughout downtown Willard, ending at Willard's Middle School 2025. This year's theme is Santa's Greatest Hits, where every float represents a different Christmas song. The Springfield Parade, which has a photo of several people waiting outside of the 2022 Springfield Parade, will be 2 p.m. on December 13th, downtown Springfield. Enjoy floats, bands, and more as they make their way through downtown Springfield in full holiday fashion. Say a big Merry Christmas to Santa Claus himself as Queen City celebrates the rustic nature of the Ozarks with this plaid theme. The parade begins at Elm Street and makes its way north on South Street. It will circle the west side of Park Central Square, and continue eastward on St. Louis Street to the Springfield Expo Center. Stratford Parade and Tree Lighting on December 13th. The tree lighting at Delph Park Pavilion, 104 East Pine Street, Stafford. Stratford's Christmas Parade starts at 5 p.m. and is led by John Barry this year. After the parade, there will be a tree lighting ceremony and Christmas carols at Delph Park Pavilion. Ebenezer Parade and Tree Lighting on December 13th. Tree lighting at 1624 West Farm Road 56, Springfield. Join in on an old-time Christmas parade in Ebenezer, Road 56, starting at 6:15 p.m. and end at the Ebenezer United Methodist Church parking lot. After the parade, folks are going to go across the street to help trim the community Christmas tree and enjoy hot cocoa and snacks. Guests are encouraged to bring non-perishable food items to help stock the United Methodist Church's food pantry. Looking for Santa? Here's where to find him. Here's where to find that jolly old elf and his helpers this year. Photos with Santa at Battlefield Mall. This will be daily through December 24th at the JCPenney East Court at Battlefield Mall, 2825 South Glenstone Avenue, Springfield. Until December 24th, families can visit with Santa at Battlefield Mall until closing time. The 15-minute slots are free to reserve online, though walk-ups are welcome as well. Santa and Friends Brunch at Big Cedar Lodge. Select Saturdays and Sundays through December 21st. At the Grand View Conference Center, 190 Top of the Rock Road, Ridgedale. From 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., kids can visit with Santa, Miss Claus, and elf friends at brunch. Reservations are required, and the breakfast is $48 for adults, $24 for kids 4 to 10 years old, and free for kids younger than 4. Photos with Santa at Bass Pro Shops. There is a picture of Kaylee Hardy, who is 6, using sign language to tell Santa what she wants for Christmas at the Bass Pro Shops the year 2019. Andrew Jansen from the Springfield News-Leader took this picture. This will be daily through December 24th at the Bass Pro Shops, 1 Bass Pro Drive, Springfield. Kids can meet Mr. Claus, share their wish lists, and get a photo at Bass Pro Shops Santa's Wonderland this year. Each will receive a free 4x6-inch photo of Santa and a free shareable video. Reservations are recommended, and guests can book their spots online up to 7 days in advance at basspro.com/b/santas-wonderland. Christmas Tales at Bass Pro Shops, Tuesdays through December 23rd. At Bass Pro Shops, 1 Bass Pro Drive, Springfield. At 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, Santa or Miss Claus will read Christmas stories to families and take photos with all participating families after story time. Reservations are required for this event and can be made up to a week in advance online at basspro.com. Lunch with Santa at dinner Silver Dollar City. This will be Saturdays and Sundays in December and December 22nd to 23rd. At the Reunion Hall at Silver Dollar City, 399 Silver Dollar City Parkway, Branson. Enjoy an all-you-can-care-to-eat lunch buffet alongside the jolly old elf Santa Claus. There are 2 seatings on Saturday, 10:45 a.m. to 12:15 p.m., and 1 on Sunday, and December 22nd to 23rd at 12:30 p.m. Lunch features fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, and desserts and more. The event is $24.99 for those 12 and older and $19.99 for those 11 and younger. The tickets can be purchased online. A separate daily admission ticket or season pass is needed for park entry. Places that let you craft your gifts from the heart. Looking to add a special touch to your gifts this year? There are plenty of ways to do that in the Ozarks. The Elves Winter Workshop at Big Cedar Lodge is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays through December 30th. Table Rock Event Room at Fun Mountain, 190 Top of the Rock Road, Ridgedale. Bless you. Guests can choose a Big Cedar-themed ornament to paint during a winter workshop. Elves will then fire the ornaments in the kiln, creating a keepsake. Price is $22 per ornament, and reservations are required. The Garland Making Class at Mama Jean's. This did take place on December 6th at 6 p.m. at the Mama Jean's Natural Market. Join Hickory Lane plants to make a festive garland to make your holiday decor complete. They'll create unique decorations while enjoying hot chocolate and popcorn. Tickets cost $25 and are available on the Hickory Lane Plant website. Holiday pop-ups offer festive decor and adult drinks. If you're looking for a place to enjoy festive drinks and fun decor, you're in luck. There are multiple holiday pop-ups at Ozark bars. J-Ho-Ho-B at J-O-B Public House. There is a picture of Christmas trees hanging from the ceiling at prime time, 317 East Walnut Street on November 4th, 2024 at the J-O-B Public House's Christmas pop-up. And it is a picture of Christmas trees hanging from ceiling fans to decorate the bar. This will be 4 p.m. to midnight Wednesdays through Saturdays until December 31st at the J-O-B Public House, 319 East Walnut Street, Springfield. Walk into J-Ho-Ho-B, a kitschy winter wonderland with festive cocktails including a peppermint espresso martini and mocktails. According to the bar, there will also be a music and game night. The pop-up is walk-in only, children welcome until 8 p.m. The Jolly Elf at Bruco through December 24th. Bruco, 305 South Market Avenue, Springfield. Bruco has decked the halls of its tap room and upstairs with lights, an inflatable elf, and plenty of holiday cheer. Throughout the season, Bruco will offer free movie screenings on select days, game nights, and live music and more. The Tipsy Reindeer at Cassidy Station, Thursdays through Saturday until December 20th and December 26th and 27th. At the Depot at Cassidy Station, 5176 North Fremont Road, Nixa. This pop-up bar in Nixa is serving up Christmas decorations, holiday drinks, and festive food. Drink offerings include a mistletoe spritz with Prosecco and cranberry juice, moose on the loose with rum and pineapple, juice served in a moose mug, spiced eggnog, seasonal beers, and more. Hours vary, so check out that calendar online. A Pink Pony Christmas pop-up at Veridan Events, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. December 17th through the 23rd at Veridan Events, 309 South Avenue, Springfield. Holiday magic meets the sparkle of Chapel Roan's Pink Pony Club at this pop-up. This week-long event will feature seasonal cocktails, sweet and savory holiday bites, and festive music at a photo booth. Claws and Key at Whisper Mill, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays through December 3 East Mountain Vernon, St. Nixa. For the holiday season, Speakeasy Whisper Mill is a pop-up bar open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays throughout December. Row reservations are already filled up. The bar accepts walk-ins every hour, starting at 5 p.m. There are also ticketed events including a sip and paint, a dip, sip, and give, an industry night December 23rd, a brunch on December 24th, and a New Year's Eve dinner ahead of the Foods Hall annual party. A Finsmas Christmas at Finnegan's Wake from 4 to 10 p.m. Wednesdays through Saturdays until December 31st at Finnegan's Wake, 305 South Avenue, Springfield. Finnegan's Wake invites guests to get all elfed up to holiday pop-up featuring Christmas decorations, twinkling lights, and festive drinks. Food is also available for ordering. And that is the end of this article.
Oh, you missed one.
No, that was just the disclaimer at the end.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, Savannah. Speaking of holidays, continuing with holidays, I feel like it should also be focused on health too, with the next article. Navigating the holidays, which is finding the joy in the chaos. Hang on. And there's a picture together, and it's the Be Well team, and this photo is provided by the Borough Behavior Health. All right. The article goes on to say, the holidays can feel like a whirlwind emotionally, socially, and energetically. Many of us long for the magic and joy of the season, yet often find ourselves overwhelmed by stress, overstimulation, and navigating family dynamics. I know how that feels. Sorry. I mean, stress is a common thing. Anyway, the pressure and expectations can leave us feeling anything but cheerful. But here's the good news. With a few intentional tools, we can help our brains prepare not just to survive through the holidays, but also find moments of joy and ease along the way. That's pretty nice. And there's a picture of the Be Well team again. Bally Pyle, which is the LPC director of the Be Well Initiatives.
Nia.
Then there's Nia Howard, which is the QMHP-MS program and engagement leader of the Be Well Initiatives. And Shelby Schneider, which is the certified human being and provided by Borough Behavior Health. External stressors, what's pulling at us. There's an answer right here. It says, what's pulling at us? Calendars and commitments. Let me explain, all right? Our holiday calendar can fill up quickly with recitals, holiday parties, family celebrations, and community events. These disruptions to routine can be tough, not just for kids, but for adults too. In addition, it can feel unacceptable to say no to social engagements, and we find ourselves frantically jumping from one event to the next, exhausted, and struggling to enjoy any of it. So what can you do? Well, there's a list down here. Number 1, set boundaries around time. How do you do that? Decide how many events you can realistically attend without sacrificing your well-being. Number 2, have an exit plan. How do you do that? If you're attending a gathering, plan a graceful way to leave when you need to recharge. So basically say,
Let's keep reading.
Yeah. Number 3 is prepare ahead. Review your calendar early and block out downtime before and after big events. Social expectations. While spending time with our people can be wonderful, holiday gatherings can also be socially and physically draining. Noisy rooms, crowded spaces, then the pressure to be on at the office party or having to be perfectly behaved kids can all feel overwhelming, especially for introverts, which adding the stress of preparing the perfect dish or buying the perfect gift too can cause stress. And it's easy to see why tension can rise. So what can you do? There's more things you can do. You can release perfection. Good enough is more than fine. The holidays aren't just about flawless execution, they're about connection. You can also build in recharge time. Schedule quiet moments before and after social events to restore your energy. Or you can set boundaries on expectations. You don't have to meet everyone's vision for the perfect holiday. Your well-being matters. Financial stress is also what's draining us. According to the American Psychological Association's annual Stress America survey of 2025, finances remain a top stressor for Americans. The holiday season often adds financial strains with gifts, decorations, and celebration costs. These expenses can quickly pile up, putting pressure on our minds and wallets. What can you do for this? Suggest alternatives to big gift exchanges like shared experiences, cookie swaps, or just time together can just be as meaningful. You can also simplify. You don't need the latest decor trends to make the season special. Try a decoration swap with friends for a fresh look without spending. Or set a budget early and stick to it. Overspending is easy when there's no plan. And there's a picture where it's a picture of a breathing exercise, inhaling for 4 seconds and then holding it for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 4 seconds and then doing it over and over. And the title says, "Try this exercise. It can help calm us down. Be well." The picture says, below says, "Take 30 seconds of your day to breathe. Use this tool to have a moment of calm." This photo is provided by the Bureau of Behavior Health. The article goes on to say, internal stressors. What's happening inside of us? One of it, the weight of expectations, whether self-external expectations about what the holidays should look like, it can weigh heavily. We often tell ourselves, I should just feel happy. The truth, the holidays can stir up mixed emotions. It's normal to feel both excitement and overwhelm, joy and stress. So what can you do with this? First, check in with yourself. Pause and ask, how am I right now? You can also practice the yes and mindset. You can feel grateful and tired, but you can also love your family and need space. You can also ask what you need, like what helps you feel calm, what comforts you, and offer your self-care. You deserve that same compassion and understanding that you would give to someone that you love. So you enjoy it too. All right. Create your holiday survival toolkit. When stress rises, having go-to strategies can make all the difference. Lean into what works for you. Here are some ideas you can create your own holiday toolkit. You can have comfort items. Having items on hand that bring you physical or emotional comfort can help you calm your nervous system and feel more regulated. Start with some of these items. Your favorite coffee, tea, or any cozy beverage you can think of, a cozy blanket, sweater, or socks, and a comforting movie or a TV show. Comfort routines also help. This time of year can disrupt your typical routines. Keeping as familiar rhythms in place as possible can help you feel grounded and bring a sense of normalcy. Here's what you can do. You can light a favorite candle. You can read or write in a journal. Or you could practice grounding exercises like deep breathing or spending time outside. Another thing that you can do is comfort people. Think about all the people who truly understand you and know how to support you. Leaning into those connections can help you feel more like yourself when the holiday hustle starts to feel overwhelming. It can. Anyway, what you can do is identify friends, family, chosen family, or coworkers when you reach out to when you need support. Another thing you can do, comfort and humor. Laughter and play help reduce stress hormones, which allow you to be in the moment and can provide a much-deserved, well-needed break when things are feeling overwhelming. What you can do, you can watch funny movies or videos. You can play games with your loved ones. That doesn't have to be a board game, video game, anything. Or you could spend time with your pets. Another thing that can help, comfort activities, even if it is for just a few minutes. Doing something you love every day can bring a moment at ease. It doesn't have to be just holiday related. It just has to bring you joy. What you can do, movement such as walking, yoga, or just simple stretching. You can even start a hobby or explore something new. The holidays don't have to be perfect to be meaningful, but by setting boundaries, practicing self-compassion, and building a toolkit of supportive strategies, hopefully we can navigate the season with more ease and maybe even rediscover the magic that we've been longing for. And that's the end of that one. That was really sweet.
Thank you. I will be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. SPS Board of Education's incumbents apply for re-election on first day of period. Election day is set for April 7th. The deadline for candidates to file is on December 30th. By Joe Hadsall. There is a photo of Judy Bruner and Sharita Thomas Tate, who were sworn into office as members of the Springfield School Board on April 11th, 2023 by Greene County Clerk Shane Schuler. Photo by Shannon Kay. The editor's note says, free access to election coverage is made possible by the Merrill Lynch Nelson Hallam Group. The Springfield Board of Education's members running for re-election will do so at the top of the ballot. Judy Bruner and Sharita Thomas Tate were the first two and only two candidates to turn in materials on the first day of filing for board elections. The two submitted their applications and petitions Tuesday. According to advocates for running or submitted completed packets, board members serve 3-year terms, and there will be 2 spots up for election in April. The filing period closes on December 30th. If a third candidate files, then Bruner and Thomas Tate will take the top 2 spots on the ballot. A drawing, presumably, will be held between the two to determine ballot order. Candidates for the board must be at least 24 years old, live within the district, and have lived in Missouri for the year preceding the election. Election day is on April 7th. To be placed on the ballot, each candidate must submit an application that includes a petition with signatures of at least 500 registered voters who also live in the district. The ballot will not be formally submitted until a review of petitions is completed by the Greene County Clerk's office. That review is usually completed in late January. Bruner, currently the board's president, is a former principal of Wilder Elementary, Reed Middle, and Central and Parkview High Schools. She's also the co-owner of EduSafe and Instructional Solutions Group, which provides professional developments to teachers about bullying, threats of violence, emergency planning, literacy, and academic engagement. She is the author of Safe and Secure Schools 27 Intervention and has served on boards for groups such as Greene County Crime Stoppers, University Child Care Center, and the Springfield Public School Foundation. Thomas Tate is the longest-serving member of the board, first elected in 2020. She is a professor of communication sciences and disorders in the School of Healthcare Professions at Missouri State University. As part of her job, she researches languages and literacy development and disorders in culturally and linguistically diverse students. She's also the founder of Ujima Language and Literacy, a nonprofit establishment in 2015 that helps strengthen literacy skills in its clients. The last time the two women ran, it was a heated election that involved negative ads and political action committee spending from across the state. They were targeted in a negative ad campaign funded by a Columbia-based group in the final days of the election. Thomas Tate took the brunt of the attacks in those ads, which accused her of being a hatred of American values. That is the end of this article.
Well, holidays can be overwhelming. Today show to broadcast live from downtown Branson, posted 18 hours ago. Okay. All right, by the Daily Citizen staff. NBC's Today Show will broadcast live from downtown Branson on Friday, December 12th, which is tomorrow. Okay, as part of the show's Merriest Main Street Tour. The broadcast will go live on KY3 at 7:20 a.m. near the intersection of Main Street and Commercial Street. Those planning to attend should arrive no later than 6:30 a.m. Count me out. According to the Branson Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Visitors are encouraged to dress festively and bring signs. The intersection will remain closed until 8 a.m. Like I said, count me out. Anyway, Full Throttle Distillery Grill and Smokehouse and Branson Cafe will offer complimentary hot cocoa, which is courtesy of the Branson Chamber of Commerce. Oh, short article. That's it.
This is also from the Springfield Daily Citizen. National Football Player of the Year. Former NFL offensive tackle Joe Thomas came to Nixa to surprise Cantwell with the award, by Harrison Keegan. There is a photo of Nixa's Jackson Cantwell, who is participating in a Gatorade National Football Player photo shoot. A photo by Joe Greer. Senior offensive lineman Jackson Cantwell picked up one more prestigious honor in his final weeks at Nixie Eagle. On Wednesday, Cantwell was named the Gatorade National Football Player of the Year. Past winners of the award include Peyton Manning, 1994, Emmitt Smith, 1987, and Kyler Murray, 20. Cantwell, who helped lead Nixa to the Class 6 state championship game in each of the past 2 seasons, will enroll at the University of Miami in the spring to begin his college career. At Nixa High School on Wednesday, Cantwell was surprised with an award by former Cleveland. The 6'8", 315-pound Cantwell was the nation's top-ranked offensive line recruitment in the class of 2026, in addition to being one of the best high school shot put throwers ever. Jackson is the top offensive line prospect to come out of the last several recruiting cycles, said Stephen Wilfong, VP of Recruiting for 24/7 Sports, in a news release. He brings a terrific blend of size, power, and athleticism along with a high football IQ. It's easy to see why he was so heavily coveted by the nation's top programs, and he should be an immediate difference maker for Miami. Jackson's an explosive player on the line of scrimmage who the Hurricanes are going to be able to run behind for years to come. In addition to his athletic achievements, Cantwell was also recognized for his academics, maintaining a 4.0 GPA, and his work in the community, volunteering with Least of These food pantry, and serving as a peer tutor and youth track coach. There is such incredible talent among the nearly 1 million student athletes across the country who compete in high school football, paired with the criteria of being outstanding on and off the field, Jennifer Schmidt, Senior Director with Gatorade Brand Marketing, said in a news release. It's a testament to Jackson's hard work and achievements that he has stood out amongst the competition across the whole nation. There is a slideshow of the photo shoot done in the Gatorade National Football Player of the Year Award photo shoot that they did.
Wait, is that a second picture?
These are.
Oh, there is.
Yes, it is a slideshow of 5 pictures, all showing Jackson in different poses. After learning he won the award, Cantwell participated in a professional photo shoot at the high school. The other finalists for the award were senior linebacker Tyler Atkinson from Loganville, Georgia, who is committed to the University of Texas, and Landon Williams Callis, a junior running back from Richmond, Texas, who averaged 211.5 rushing yards per game this season. And handing Cantwell this award on Wednesday, Thomas said he was the first defenseman lineman to ever win it. And that is the end of the article.
All right. Next article. This one doesn't have a title.
Scroll down. Right here.
Oh, here it is. All right. Sorry about that. Aldi sets opening date in Ozark. And there's a picture, 2 pictures actually. The first one is an Aldi stock photo, which is showing the interior of the store location. And the next one is Ozark Mayor Don Currens, and it's pictured in October in front of the Aldi store when it was still under construction. Right. The article goes on to say, one of the key tenants in the Ozark Marketplace development is set to open soon. Batavia, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Batavia, Illinois-based Aldi has scheduled a December 11th grand opening for its 1979 West Waverly Street store in Ozark, according to a news release. Oh, it'd be opening today. At our new Ozark Aldi store, shoppers will find that every decision we make, from our product section to our store layout, is to provide our customers with the best products and the lowest possible prices to any national grocer. Skylar Jones, the original vice president for Aldi, in the release said that. The roughly 12,000 square foot Aldi store in Ozark would employ 15 to 20 people, according to another spokesperson. And Aldi is part of the 26-acre Ozark Marketplace commercial development that's being built at the interchange of Highway 65 and South Street. Dutch Bros, McDonald's, Plaza's, Tire Service, and Casey's are among other tenants on board, according to past reporting. And that's the end of that one. Another short one.
Reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen, MoDOT moving forward with East Sunshine Median Project despite continued opposition. Members of the business community and elected officials expressed opposition to the project at the December 9th City Council workshop. This is written by Jack McGee. The article starts with a diagram of the original recommendations before public output and the comparison of the recommendation, a diagram of the recommendations following public output. The Missouri Department of Transportation is moving forward with plans to construct raised medians on East Sunshine Street as part of a large project to improve the safety and operation of the congested corridor, despite ongoing opposition from the business community. Christy Bachman, a project manager, provided the Springfield City Council an update on the controversial project at its Tuesday, December 9th workshop. Prior to her presentation, Brett Foster, Assistant Director of the city's Department of Public Works, emphasized the city's support for the project in the current form, which has evolved from the improvements previously proposed in 2023. The changes, including fewer medians, more designated U-turns, and fewer driveway removals, many stakeholders along the Sunshine Corridor remain opposed to the project. Several members of the business community, as well as current and former elected officials, expressed their concerns to the City Council on Tuesday. However, Council's role in the project is limited as MoDOT has jurisdiction over Sunshine east of Glenstone Avenue. While the city has invested approximately $200,000 in this project, which is primarily earmarked for the pedestrian improvements and aesthetic enhancements to the medians, City Council is not currently expected to take any action. We have no direct role in this, but MoDOT has access for the gut check. As Council, is it our gut to continue with this or not? Springfield Mayor Jeff Schrag said at the meeting. That's what we've been asked. This is a courtesy by MoDOT. They don't need a permission, but they've asked for a gut check. The most the City Council could do, Schrag indicated, is pass a resolution requesting MoDOT to not move forward with the medians, recalling a previous resolution Council passed in 2023, asking for MoDOT to suspend the median portion for the project. Revised plans for a 3/4 of a mile of medians. There is a diagram showing the safety improvement strategy for several locations of raised medians where there are higher crash rate segments and proximity to a signal.
Proximity, yeah.
The proposed medians would be concentrated across 4 segments on East Sunshine Street, which were selected based on the proximity to a signal and a crash rate. This photo is provided by the City of Springfield. While the project encompasses multiple elements, the safety benefits and the ire of the business community are largely centered around proposed medians, which are designed to manage access to and from Sunshine between Glenstone and Blackman Road, just east of Highway 65. Bachman said the medians are intended to have the same look and feel as other medians throughout Springfield, noting that they would be 8 inches in height and typically 4 feet wide, with a red stamp pattern to enhance the appearance. MoDOT is planning to construct medians in 4 higher crash rate segments of East Sunshine, covering 18%, or 3/4 of a mile. Specifically, the medians would be concentrated near Enterprise Avenue, Meadowview Avenue, and on both sides of 65. The proposed medians, which are fewer than what was previously proposed, are expected to reduce the crash rate by 37% and reduce the injury rate by 48%, according to MoDOT. Currently, the crash rate on East Sunshine is more than twice the state average, and significantly higher than that of Springfield's other 5-lane arterials. While the traffic on East Sunshine has decreased in recent years, a trend the city attributes to congestion and safety concerns, the thoroughfare carries a volume considerably higher than what the Federal Highway Administration, FHWA, recommends for middle turn lanes. Although East Sunshine is not currently considered overcapacity, projections prepared by the Ozarks Transportation Organization indicates that it is. That it, among many other stretches of road across Springfield, is expected to be overcapacity by 2044. The project growth we have here is exciting, Foster told council members. That's economy, but we have to think about how we manage these arterials and those streets as we move through the process for our community. By replacing the portions of the two-way left turn lane with medians, MoDOT can manage access to and from East Sunshine and thereby reduce the number of potential conflict points. According to the FHWA, 74% of access-related crashes are the result of uncontrolled left turns, which refer to left turns that occur without traffic signal. If you figure that 8,000 to 10,000 cars a day in each one of those lanes, that's a lot of opportunities for conflicts and for crashes, Foster said, pointing to 3 driveways in close proximity on a 5-lane road with a 2-way left turn lane. So when we manage those left turns, look at what happens. That goes down from 74 to 15 conflict points. So there's an 80% reduction in the potential for crashes just by making that one change. There is a comparison of 2 4 conflict points, and then one with the proposed median, which reduces it to 15 conflict points. To demonstrate the danger of 2-way left turns on heavily traversed corridors, Foster showed 3 videos of near-miss accidents on Sunshine of several hundred collected by city staff, noting that similar instances occur up and down corridors across Springfield. Now, no crashes happen here, and we're thankful for that, but this is what makes people uneasy about driving them. This is what causes the crashes we see, Foster said. For every crash we see, there's literally hundreds of close calls that require a driver to react and do what they're supposed to. On October 24th, 2023, MoDOT conducted a study of how many people could safely turn left out of the Walmart neighborhood market at 3720 East Sunshine Street from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Of the 1,485 drivers who attempted to turn left on Sunshine, only 1,093 had a safe gap to do so. This means that close to 400 people did not have a safe gap to make a left turn, Bachman with MoDOT said. Close to 400 people are making aggressive and risky left turns out of this driveway. This data is just for one entrance. We did 9 entrances on the corridor. This is reflective of the corridor. There are times of the day where safe gaps are so infrequent on East Sunshine Street that there is already an impact to business. While the vast majority of the 1,808 traffic crashes on East Sunshine between 2016 and 2024 were minor, resulting in minor injuries or property damage, Foster emphasized that even those crashes have an impact on the corridor. He also stressed the importance of not downplaying the few fatalities and disabling injuries, and pointing to the city's goal of 0 traffic fatalities by 2040 and 0 severe injuries by 2050. Severe crashes in the industry we work in are no longer accepted as necessary evil of the community, Foster said. Yes, there's a risk to drive in a car, but do we accept that? One of the things that's interesting in the engineering community decades ago, we started making better cars, better roads, rumble strips, and guardrails. You know what happened? Crash rates continue to still go up. And we said that there has to be a better way. So a decade or so ago, I'm not sure the timing, nationally, we said we've got to have a better way. And so we adopted Vision Zero in that image. Project expected to result in an increase in traffic. While recognizing the difficulty of studying the potential economic impact of medians on individual businesses, Foster emphasized that existing research on other corridors, cities, and regions shows that similar improvements positively contribute to economic growth overall, and no measurable decrease in property values. In closing, Foster said city staff fully supports the project plan by MDOT as is and has projected the public outreach efforts the department has carried out over the last several years. Medians aren't the only answer to these locations. I'm not going to say that, but they're part of the equation, Foster said. They have to be for our future prosperity. And I know change is difficult, but it's essential. And I just want to know, change is going to occur. Our city's going to change. How are we going to manage it and be proactive about it? Or will it just happen? That's really the question. While recognizing the recent decrease in traffic on East Sunshine from 32,000 vehicles per day in 2011 to 28,000 in 2024, Bachman said this proposed improvements include the medians are expected to result in an increase in traffic. If nothing is done, East Sunshine Street will deteriorate, Bachman said. With improvements, we anticipate traffic going up to 36,500 vehicles per day. The proposed medians would help manage the growth, Bachman said, noting that, that access management not only helps address safety, but also traffic congestion. It is widely accepted that medians are the most effective access management strategy on high-volume urban roads, Bachman said. They create better traffic flow, and they have been shown to reduce crash rates and injury rates. There is a photo of Sunshine Street looking west from Ingram Mill Road. There are 2 cars on the road. This photo is by Jack McGee. Pointing to a previous project in Bryan, Texas, in which raised medians were constructed along almost the entirety of a 5-mile stretch of road and left turns were limited to the signalized intersections, Bachman said that MDOT was taking a substantially different approach, emphasizing the department's efforts to provide access to businesses and willingness to adjust the project to address concerns. For example, MoDOT initially planned to install a median blocking all left turns into and out of the driveway between the aforementioned Walmart neighborhood market and adjacent Sam's Club. After receiving feedback, MoDOT modified its plan to allow westbound traffic to turn left into the driveway, while exiting vehicles will still be required to turn right into Sunshine or utilize the traffic signals at Blackman or Eastgate Avenue. Our approach was data-driven, focused on the higher crash rate segments, Bachman said. It resulted in raised medians on only 18% of the corridor, not 100% of the corridor. Our project is one the city of Bryan can work through to revise their project. In another example, Bachman pointed to the similar project. Medians were also installed along much of Stadium Boulevard, which left turns limited to traffic signals. The project, Bachman said, was followed by increased roadway volume, fewer accidents, and an increase in taxable sales. While national studies show the installation of raised medians has little to no adverse effects to the market and drivers adapt to the changes, MoDOT conducted its own economic impact analysis of the East Sunshine Street corridor in 2023. The MoDOT study was reflective of the national research, with 97% of businesses projected to experience minor economic impacts, no notable impacts, or no negative impacts whatsoever. However, 3% of businesses are expected to encounter considerable economic impacts as a result of the project. The economic impact study concluded the safety measures on East Sunshine Street are necessary, Bachman said. There will be negative economic impacts. Most can be readily addressed by businesses and property owners, but some require substantial adjustments. As part of the study, MDOT surveyed stakeholders along the corridor. Of the 399 surveys distributed, only 37 were complete, and 27 people attended a subsequent roundtable discussion. In addition to the survey, MDOT has met with businesses and first responders and held a public hearing in February 2024. Bachman said more than half of the 37 written comments submitted at the public hearing were in support of the project. In addition to the medians, MoDOT is planning to resurface Sunshine between Glenstone and Blackman, installing a new site.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Install new sidewalk on the north side of Sunshine and upgrade existing sidewalk on the south side of the road. Improve 6 signalized intersections, remove 4 driveways, 2 partial driveways, and install 9 new pedestrian crossings, including a pedestrian signal. Construction on the improvements between Glenstone and Blackman is slated to begin in 2026. In 2027, MoDOT plans to continue eastward and resurface Sunshine, also known as Route D, between Blackman Road and Route 125. In total, the projects are estimated to cost $12.9 million. Business leaders, elected officials expressed concerns. While supportive of some elements of the project, many businesses along East Sunshine remain staunchly opposed to the proposed medians. Although only 9 individuals addressed the City Council during the 20-minute allotted for the business community, many more were in attendance. Additionally, documentation provided to the City Council identified property owners and the management of 94 businesses on East Sunshine as expressing strong opposition to the project. The packet also included letters of opposition from myriad elected officials, including Congressman Eric Burleson, several state legislators, and former Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft. Despite MoDOT's modifications to the medians in front of Walmart and Sam's Club, Sarah Christian, representing Walmart, said the planned median poses huge safety concerns by forcing traffic to use the signals at Eastgate and Blackman. We already had some safety concerns where we've had to put flashing stop signs and additional lighting, and when you take roughly 7,000 customers a day between Sam's Club and Walmart and force them down that as one of the only 2 exits if they aren't allowed to make a left off on Sunshine, you just have a greater risk of safety, Christian said. But then there's also semi-trucks that will be passing through, potentially trying to make an exit off of Blackman. There is a photo that shows the some of the medians proposed on East Sunshine near Blackman Road. Photo provided by MDOT. Christian also noted that the Walmart neighborhood market at the corner of Grand Street and Campbell Avenue experienced a 15% decline in sales, equivalent to more than $1 million in the 3 months after medians were installed. I know Walmart is a large corporation, and that probably was absorbed by another store, but some small businesses that are up and down Sunshine may not recoup, but that's because there's not a secondary location. Christian said. Likewise, the Rabid Roberts gas station in National Avenue and Kingsley Street, just south of the James River Freeway, experienced a 14% loss in fuel revenue after medians were installed, according to Todd Wilson, a chief operating officer at the convenience store chain, which has a location on Sunshine just west. I think the harder we make it for people to do business in Springfield with things like this median, the more we could be losing to these surrounding areas, where it's a little bit easier to access fuel and stations, Wilson said. Mm-hmm. Richard Ollis, a former council member and the chief executive officer of Ollis, Ackers, Arney Insurance and Business Advisors, which is located on East Sunshine, has been a leading voice in the opposition of the medians. Ollis, who coordinated the lineup of speakers who addressed the city council on Tuesday, emphasized the Sunshine was not built for medians, noting that Bryan, Texas, was considering modifying and removing medians. The medians were retrofitted, like is being proposed on Sunshine, Ollis said. While emphasizing his support for the resurfacing, intersection, and pedestrian improvements, Ollis requested MoDOT remove the medians from the project. This accomplishes improved safety and increased traffic flow, and it also salvages the sales tax revenue and the business activity along this corridor, Ollis said. Bachman, however, said the projected reductions in crashes and injuries were specifically tied to the medians and did not encompass the other elements of the overall project. There is a photo of Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott addressing the City Council on Tuesday, December 9th, expressing his opposition to MoDOT's plans to install medians on East Sunshine. He is standing in front of about 12 people and doing a presentation. This photo is by Jack McGee. Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott, one of the 3 elected officials who expressed opposition to the project, said the mayor has asked him to study the crashes that occurred on East Sunshine over the last 5 years. Of the 402 crashes that occurred over the time frame, Arnott said 139 occurred in the middle turn lane, 128 of which involved 2 vehicles. Arnott also expressed concerns that medians would impact response time for sheriff's deputies and other first responders, noting that they would not be able to cross over the medians and instead have to drive to the nearest intersection or designated left turn. This is going to delay a response, and that's police, sheriff office, troopers, fire, and ambulance, said Arnott. Arnott said, also, what's going to happen for the non-responders? Our motorists are going to be forced to go down and either make U-turns in the designated areas or they'll make illegal U-turns to get back to the business that they want to go to. So I have concerns of more traffic accidents happen for people doing U-turns where they shouldn't be. Arnott further suggested the medians would attract panhandlers, who would then be at risk of getting hit. Unfortunately, we'll have panhandling, Arnott said. We'll have transient trespassers using it as a front porch to stop vehicles, approach vehicles, and we've seen that at Glenstone, we've seen that at Kearney. If you look at your fatalities in the city that from pedestrian traffic, there are medians there. It seems to attract people to go and stand and panhandle, or what they think is walking safely is not because they're in traffic. They step out in traffic, and that's where they get hit. Missouri State Senator Curtis Trent, who represents Senate District 20, which includes portions of Greene County, also addressed the City Council Tuesday. In addition to the dozens of businesses that have reached out to his office with concerns about the project, Trent said he has had a great deal of conversations with individuals who share those concerns. Expressed since I was first made aware of the potential impact of this project is that we would listen to the business community and to the public who have a lot of concerns about this and either find a way to address those concerns or in the absence of there being any middle ground where those concerns could be addressed, that this project not go forward as it has been articulated by MoDOT, Trent said. Jensen, it's our responsibility to prioritize the safety of our people. Although it remains unclear if and how the City Council might respond to the project, some council members indicated concerns for the businesses while recognizing the need for safety improvements. Councilmember Kaylee Carroll suggested the possibility of separating the proposed medians into a later phase, to which Bachman replied, our intent is to deliver it as one project. I think the concern that we have is not getting what we propose. We will not achieve that goal. Bachman said. Councilman member Heather Hardinger requested more information on why Bryan, Texas, is considering removing medians, noting that a substantial number of businesses could be impacted by the project on East Sunshine. I just want to make sure that we're making the right investment at the right time, Hardinger said. I do think that there are safety improvements that need to be made at this corridor. It is not pedestrian friendly. There's a lot of issues that we've talked about today that are true. I just think the duality of everything that's going on. I'm curious what the options might be. There is a photo of Brandon Jensen as he is the city council. He is sitting in front of his laptop. Councilmember Brandon Jensen echoed Bachman's point that the safety improvements would only be realized through the medians, while emphasizing Springfield's rank 14th among 172 U.S. cities with a population of at least 150,000 in traffic fatalities per 100,000. I understand this request for compromise, but installing intersection improvements and pedestrian access points does nothing to address the safety concerns of our community, Jensen said. They do not meaningfully impact safety in any significant way. So doing those other things, we're not going to realize any safety primary function of this project and should be the primary function of this project. Jensen also noticed that the businesses were already being negatively impacted by the current condition of East Sunshine, pointing to the decline in traffic volume between 2011 and 2024, which he said was a result of residents knowing it is not a reliable transportation corridor if you need to go to or from somewhere in a timely fashion. The question is, do we make Sunshine a road that people know they can rely on to get to or from their destinations, which may or may not be your businesses? Or do we continue to let the road degrade, both in terms of the physical infrastructure, but also the way the traffic flows on it, Jensen said. Ultimately, this comes down to the safety of our citizens versus fears of economic impacts to businesses. And I think it's our responsibility to prioritize the safety of our people and figure out compromise, which has already been done. The original scope that was proposed by MoDOT was significantly larger and more impactful. And after years of compromise and discussion, this is where we've ended up. That is the end of this article.
While road improvements are important, I also think this next article is important too. It's by 417 magazine, and the title says, these local organizations. There are ways to help families through the SNAP funding phrase. There are ways to help families through the SNAP funding pause. So these local organizations are stepping in to meet community needs, and here's how you can join them and help families through the SNAP pause. This article is by Jordan Blomquist, and it was published in October of this year. All right, here's a photo courtesy of Shutterstock, and it's families given food. As the federal government shutdown continues, many Missourians are bracing for impact. Without a resolution by November 1st, SNAP, or Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits could be suspended next month since they rely entirely on government funding. More than 1 in 9 Missourians depend on SNAP benefits. Springfield's community is stepping up. Local organizations including Care to Learn, Crosslines Resource Center, Ozarks Food Harvest, and United Way of the Ozarks Region 211 are banding together to see how they can further help families in preparing for this. Andrea Harp, the Director of Marketing and Communications at Care to Learn, once said, over the past few days, we've seen an increase in emergent needs requests, and that's exactly why we're here. We're proud to be one of the many local resources available to support families in need, and we are grateful to those who have already joined in to help make meeting these needs possible. You want to help local families in need? Here's where your donations and support can make an impact. Number 1 is Care to Learn at 1047 South Glenstone Avenue at Springfield, or caretolearn.org. Care to Learn is committed to meeting the emergent needs of local students, partnering with local schools. They help families with urgent health, hunger, and hygiene needs so students can focus on learning instead of worrying about their next meal. Number 2 is Crosslines Resource Center at 3055 East Division Street, Springfield, or at ccozarks.org/program/crosslines. Crosslines Resource Center helps rating as Greene County's largest client direct food pantry. Number 3 is Ozarks Food Harvest at 2810 North Cedarbrook Avenue, Springfield, ozarksfoodharvest.org. Through their food pantry and program directory, Ozarks Food Harvest connects families with nearby pantries and distribution sites across the Ozarks. For those looking to give back, every dollar donated translates into 3 meals for someone in need. Number 4 is United Way Ozarks Region on 320 North Jefferson Avenue, Springfield, at uwozarks.org. United Way's free, confidential 24/7 helpline connects families to food, housing, and utility assistance. Dial 211 or visit 211helps.org to get support fast. Number 5 is Drew Lewis Foundation at 1126 North Broadway Avenue, Springfield, drewlewis.org. The Drew Lewis Foundation hosts a donation-based community pantry with locations at the former library and the Fairbanks campus. This pantry is completely donation-based, so if you're able to give, consider picking up a few extra items and dropping them off. They also hosted a free community dinner from 5 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, October 30th at the Fairbanks. Number 6. What number was I on? I'm going to say number 6.
The Glow Center.
Okay, number 6. The Glow Center, 518 East Commercial Springfield, Commercial Street, Springfield, at glowcenter.org. On November 3rd, the Glow Center Food Pantry stayed open later than usual from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. with the last appointment at 7 p.m. First-time visitors scheduled a consultation with Amelia by noon that day via email. Amelia at glowcenter.org to get their order filled that evening. And number 7 is Springfield Community Gardens at 1126 North Broadway Avenue, springfieldcommunitygardens.org. Community fridges are stocked around town, including Midtown, Carnegie Library and Library Station, offering access to fresh produce for anybody who needs it. And that's it for that one.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, providing significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 and older benefit from 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community. Thank you.
So what do you want me to read?
Next article.
Oh, any article is good. Bear with me for just a second.
How about I read the next article?
Yeah, I'll look for another one.
The Springfield Business Journal. Ozark pickleball business buys building, doubles court, drop shot, previously shared space with baseballers. By Karen Crago, reporter. Ozark-based pickleball center Drop Shots LLC has purchased its building and is expanding. Ashton Owens, who owns the establishment with his brothers Aaron and Austin, said the ownership team had purchased the building where it formerly leased just half of the space. With the purchase, Drop Shots will double its offerings to 8 full indoor courts. The courts are expected to be open around December 12th, he said. The building was previously owned by Marucci Hitter's House, Midwest, which operated an indoor hitting facility and retail store for baseball and fast-pitch softball athletes, according to past Springfield Business Journal reporting. The brothers paid $2.3 million for the property acquisition, including the property around it, which was finalized in October, Owen said. They've also invested $250,000 in upgrades, with the plans for further investments. Drop Shots is a membership-based facility that is open 24 hours a day with courts that can be reserved online or by phone. The courts have competition-grade outdoor services, but are located indoors for year-round play. Owen said, membership is available at the special rate of $75 per month through the end of the year and $90 on or after January 1st, 2026. Membership uses a door code to enter a members-only door, Owen said. Owens also announced the anticipated January opening of Drop Shot Social, a coffee shop that will be housed in the area that was formerly dedicated to retail sales for baseball and softball equipment. The shop will be open to both members and the public, he said. The coffee will feature typical espresso drinks plus mocktails. There will eventually be some food items, handhelds, and bakery items, but there will not be sandwiches or anything requiring extensive preparation. It has an oversized feel, and we can expand on that, he says. The rest of the room is going to be comfortable couches, tables and chairs, and larger tables for groups that come in. It's going to be an environment where people can come to hang out. He added that tables with bar stools will be positioned on a 10-foot strip between the 2 sets of courts. People will be able to get drinks and sit and watch games with their friends and enjoy their drinks in that area, he said. Drop Shots also maintains a retail space for pickleball gear and attire. Member Leigh Clark, a USA Pickleball ambassador, a certified pickleball instructor, and an avid player, said she enjoys playing at Drop Shots. I've been hooked on the sport for years, having played from driveway setups to fancy tournaments across the country, she said. I've seen my fair share of courts as I've traveled and visited many different facilities, but there's something special about having your own indoor facility in your backyard. She added that Drop Shots is more than a set of courts. It's not going to be just a place to swing a paddle. It's going to be a real community hub built by locals who get what this game is all about. Community, she said. More opportunities. Owen said business has been strong and growing, though he did not disclose how many members the business had. We're really excited because we've been able to grow with a special community, he said. He said the business got off to a slow start in May 2024 with a nice spring and a mild summer, meaning people felt no urgency about beating the heat. It grew in the fall, and then the growth became massive, he said. We weren't expecting that all at once. But by the holidays, there were several hundred members, and the departure of winter weather did not bring a dip in numbers. The people who signed up were with us regardless, he said. He added that the facility is active at all hours, and it's not unusual to see college students playing at 1 a.m. and people who work at night shift grabbing a game in early morning. The business has other promotions as well, like a regular event it calls Date Night Dinks. Couples get dinner and play it in pairs, he said. It's great for couples, for the most part, he said. We sometimes joke about needing a counselor on hand. Tournaments are in the offing with the expansion to 8 courts, he said, citing a commitment on the book for court-appointed special advocates for children in Southwest Missouri in the spring and another smaller tournament in February. Drop Shots will also be offering a Major League Pickleball format tourney in the coming year, said Aaron Owens. That is a standard format for 2 men and 2 women playing women's and mixed double sets. That's becoming a popular format, he said. People travel for those kinds of tournaments. Aaron said the brothers are excited for the second phase of the operation, something that had always been planned but is happening much more quickly than anticipated. It's been a growing process since we launched last summer, he said. We initially thought we would be leasing the space we were in for quite a while. He said the ownership team is grateful for the welcome the business has received from the pickleball community. We're very appreciative of them taking a chance on us, he said. They make this a cool place while growing the sport in Springfield. Regional draw. The business is a 15 to 20 minute drive from many places in Springfield, Ashton said, and it draws a lot of members from the Queen City. There are a lot of people that live in Ozark and Nixa that commute for work to Springfield, he said. They love the convenience of it being in Ozark. However, players also come from Branson, Lebanon, Mount Vernon, and Joplin, Ashton said. We try to make our facilities so nice that people don't mind traveling, he said. Helping with the growth are the only one booking at a time, and they can't book a new match until they've played the one in the books. Likewise, people can't grab the same prime spot every week, giving everyone a chance at popular times and courts. There's always a good flow, and no one is hogging all the courts at the same time, he said. That helps with crowdedness. Ashton said that the businesses are involved in drop shots as advertisers and, newly, as court sponsors. They can play and bring their customers and clients, he said. One sponsor is the Geico local office in Springfield, he said. Accordingly, the court is referred to upon booking as the Geico Court. Ashton added that business partnership also included a regular event called Dink Local, which provides companies free booth space as Drop Shots provides food trucks and free pickleball. He said the brothers have tried to be creative in their approach to the business, and that has paid off. It's just trial and error, 3 brothers putting their heads together, and we all have different backgrounds, he said. We've had a lot of fun figuring it out. That is the end of the article.
All right. I found another article. Sorry it took me so long. This one is, again, by 417 Magazine. And the title says, Southwest Missouri has Mahjong fever. From glossy tile sets to sold-out socials, Mahjong has sparked a new community craze in Southwest Missouri. And this article is by Teron Shore McKee. And here's a photo by Katie Sinclair, and it's 4 people playing Mahjong with just martinis, I think.
There are drinks on the table.
Yeah. I'm just going to say martinis, but yeah, I don't know the first thing about the game. But anyway, a couple times a month at Brown Derby International Wine Center, the clink of cocktail glasses, cocktail glasses, blends with the distinctive shuffle of glossy titles and sporadic shouts of Charleston and Pong. Dozens of players lean intently over card tables, squinting at the intricate, colorful symbols on their mahjong sets and debating strategies. Within minutes of being announced online, Brown Derby's mahjong social events sell out, despite consistently increasing the number of players, currently up to 50. In Springfield, Missouri, mahjong isn't just having a moment, it's becoming a movement. The article then goes on to say, from Qing Dynasty to Queen City, mahjong traces its origins to the 19th century China, where players used the game's 144 intricately decorated tiles and a fast-paced contest of strategy, skill, and chance. Like with anything else, regional variations developed across Asia, and over time, each with distant rules and tile combinations were made. American mahjong, the version now sweeping over the Ozarks, and not to be confused with the Western mahjong, has its own identity. It was first seen back in the 1920s, and the American game brought the title count up to 152 pieces, and it added a standard of winning hands and introduced a slightly different set of rules. Also sometimes styled as American Mahjong or American Mahjong, it quickly caught on. particularly among upper classes. The game played in country clubs and living rooms, usually with a batch of fresh cocktails nearby, popularly spiked again in the 1950s and 60s before slowly fading away from modern-day culture. Now, a century after it first arrived on American shores, mahjong is once again thriving, enjoying a renaissance, spreading rapid fire across the world. This social media is driving its resurgence, attracting a younger generation to the game's mix of tradition, strategy, and style. The style factor, if mahjong feels practically tailor-made for Instagram and TikTok, well, that's because it is. Not literally, of course, but the ornate tiles traditionally made of bamboo or bone and in more contemporary fashion, like art slick or
acrylic,
like art and
or melamine.
Okay, those two things. And decorated with everything from flowers and dragons to Chinese characters and candy have always been a
enviable
glamour. In recent years, brands like Oh My Mahjong, which is a Dallas-based women-owned company, the Mahjong line, My Fair Mahjong, Charleston Mahjong Club, and others have pushed the aesthetic even further with multicolored racks, bold fonts, and limited edition designs that sell out quickly. Aesthetic, not anesthetic. Mahjong room ideas on Pinterest. Videos tag #Mahjong talk and the border granny era have introduced the game to a younger demographic who may never encountered it otherwise. At the same time, lockdowns during the COVID-19 pandemic gave people extended stretches of time at home, creating a perfect opportunity to pick up new hobbies, games that happen to be both engaging and visually appealing. These factors helped fuel a renewed interest in mahjong, particularly in the south and east coast of Springfield, where the game has it has had a long following, slowly but steadily. The revival continues to spread westward, and now the Ozarks are in the mix. And there's a picture once again by Katie Sinclair, and there's a close-up of what mahjong looks like.
Mahjong tiles.
Yeah, what they'll look like. Building community one tile at a time. Few people embody the mahjong boom more than Stephanie Hornickel. Mm-hmm. She's a florist and quilting business owner from Ozark. You can find her on Instagram at Bam Bird Social Club. She describes herself as the type of person who gets genuinely excited about things and wants to share that excitement with others. Kind of like me. After interviewing Hornickel, I can attest to that. I went to the...
I can attest to that.
And who's saying this?
It is the person writing the article.
The person writing the article said, after interviewing Hornickel, I can attest to that. Attest to that. I went into the conversation next to nothing about mahjong. Next to nothing about mahjong, and by the end, we were making plans for her to teach me. Hornickel dabbled in mahjong here and there, learning casually with friends, but admits they never fully grasped all the rules. Determined to learn more, she began watching videos online. That's when she discovered Oh My Mahjong, a brand known for its stylish, upscale tile designs and luxury price tags. Soon, Hornickel had her sights set on one of the sets, And when she realized she could earn a discount by becoming a brand mentor, she jumped at the chance. From there, interest among her family and friends unexpectedly skyrocketed. Authentically and enthusiastically, long words, sharing about her new tiles on social media quickly grew attention, and before long, people in Hornickel's circle began asking her to teach them how to play. Can't get away from teaching now. Hornickel plays with 3 different groups weekly, but also offers private lessons 2 to 3 times per week and helps run the Brown Derby open play socials. She even uses her Oh My Mahjong discount to buy tile sets to donate them to Springfield libraries, where requests for Mahjong are steadily increasing. Hornickel says, "One of these things I love most about this journey is that I've been teaching women I never even would have had a conversation with. Our paths would have never been crossed." The article then goes on to say local Mahjong 101. In Springfield's Roundtree neighborhood, the local bevy has become another hub for curious newcomers. The eclectic gift shop, curated with locally made art and other goods, and owned by Audria and Justin Petersburg, started hosting monthly Mahjong 101 classes in September in partnership with Hornickel Naturally. The 2 women have known each other for years. Hornickel sometimes has quilted items for sale in the shop, and when Hornickel approached Petersburg with that idea, that the local bevy could host classes, it was an immediate yes. Other than Brown Derby, Mahjong enthusiasts didn't have many other places in town to play the game consistently. The local bevy's 2-hour 101 sessions cover fundamentals, then move into a few quick rounds. Participants don't need to bring anything like tiles, racks, and teaching materials. Tiles, racks, and teaching materials are provided, so participants don't need to bring anything. However, most will eventually purchase their own playing card, a key component of American Mahjong. Petersburg goes on to say, there are a lot of rules. It's a complicated game, not at all as straightforward as any other card or tile games, and it's nothing like the computer game millennials probably remember from their childhood. But once you learn how to play, everyone loves it. Hornickel adds, playing Mahjong is a wonderful way to get back to the tradition of board game nights and build community at the same time. It sounds so cliche, but this game lets you get away from your phone, from social media, and leaves your problems behind even for just a little while. To meet Springfield's ever-growing opportunities to play, Petersburg and Hornickel have plans in the works to add regularly open play nights to their current monthly current monthly 101 classes. Word spreads quickly in Springfield's tight-knit creative community. A single Instagram post can fill a whole class. Hornickel also hopes to eventually bring major mahjongs to tournaments to Springfield, pointing to other citizens around the country that host mahjong tournaments, including Dallas and Charleston, with the new 500-person capacity Hatch Auditorium opening at the Library Center in January. Next fitting position as the event space coordinator, the infrastructure is certainly here. So if you're willing to travel for a bit to get your fix, Ozarks Mahjong in Fayetteville, Arkansas, opened a permanent game lounge where individuals or groups can rent tables or book instructional sessions. Yeah, the group even collaborated with local artists to design its own tile set. The art decor inspired Winslow 920 line, which launched in October. And there's another photo by Katie Sinclair, and it's
4 women.
4 women. I can read. Yeah, 4 women playing mahjong with their cocktails and everything. Mahjong's enduring appeal. The game is more than just strategy. It's social glue. It requires 4 players, creating a built-in reason to gather. Sessions can be as casual as a weeknight with friends in your kitchen, or as organized as a sold-out event at Brown Derby. Mahjong is something you don't have to prep for in advance, Hornicle explains. She then goes on to say, you just play, or maybe enjoy some cocktails, and then go home. It's great for all of us getting off our phones for just a few hours and bringing us together as a community, something that has definitely gotten lost in the years since the pandemic. The combination of tradition and novelty, structure, and style explains why the game resonates so strongly right now. It's rooted in history, yet new. Sophisticated, yet approachable, especially like the Ozarks. And let's see, speak the language. Like any cultural moment, Mahjong has its own language. Although it has rummy-like elements like pairs, runs, and suits, those elements can get unique to Mahjong names. Get to know the lingo before you play. Charleston is unique to the Mahjong, and this is the tile passing stage that precedes regular gameplay. Pong is a set of 3 identical tiles. Kong is 4 identical tiles. Quint is 5. Chow is a run of tiles in the same suit. Bam, one of the 3 Mahjong tile suits, short for bamboo, is named that because the tile's artwork is usually green with the images of bamboo. The one Bam tile is almost always featured with a bird. Dot, one of 3 Mahjong tile suits. The tile's artwork is usually blue and features dot configurations representing different numbers. Crack, one of 3 Mahjong tile suits, short for character. It's named that because the tile's artwork is usually red and features Chinese characters. That's how you can play Mahjong, and that's the end of that article.
All right. I'll be reading from the Springfield News-Leader. Here's the latest on Springfield's plans for a soccer stadium by Marta Mies. It's been a year since Springfield signed on to a deal with the United Soccer League to explore bringing soccer and a dedicated soccer stadium to the Queen City. With the 2026 FIFA World Cup being held in Kansas City, set to bring additional soccer fans to Missouri, the city continues to look at bringing more of the sport to Southwest region. In December 2024, Springfield City Council approved an agreement with USL for a feasibility study to bring men's and women's professional soccer teams to town next to Hammons Field at 1109 East Traffic Way Street. According to its website, USL is the largest professional soccer organization in North America and includes teams such as Phoenix Rising SC and Carolina Ascent FC. The USL is seen as the second-tier league compared to the MLS. The initial agreement called for the study period to last a year. So what's the status? The city's Director of Workforce and Economic Vitality, Amanda Olson, said the agreement has automatically rolled into a year-long extension, something that the initial document included as an option. The agreement passed by council last year established a cost-share partnership where the city would pay up to $75,000 towards a 50-50 split on the study. Olson said this amount has not been exceeded. There is a photo of a banner saying USL Springfield, Workforce and Economic Vitality. She told the News-Leader she could not speak about USL's part of the deal or the certainty of building a soccer stadium in Springfield, but said all the initial indicators have been positive. Every indication point that there are very favorable conditions here, that there's the type of support structure, that there's the type of interest, that there's the type of demand that makes this project potentially viable. Olson said, Springfield is a business-friendly friendly place with a focus on quality of place and bolstering of downtown tourism as laid out in the Ford SGF Comprehensive Plan, which are all things that make it attractive to USL. While a stadium is the focal point of the discussion, USL's letter of intent has mentioned exploring the idea of a real estate development project that would result in multi-purpose sports and entertainment district in Springfield anchored by the stadium. The letter also indicated the stadium would have a minimum of 5,000 seats with the ability to expand to 10,000 seats, according to the previous News-Leader. There is a photo of Amanda Olson wearing a red blazer in front of a podium as she speaks to KY3. Being able to stimulate reinvestment in our critical corridors to create jobs, to stimulate capital investment, and to bring new activity into already successful areas is one of the things that this project could really help us accomplish, Olson said. Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce, Matt Morrow, said at a media roundtable that these types of amenities not only have their own economic impact, but also attract and retain a talented workforce that is more likely to stay and build roots in a community that has more diverse offerings. Under the agreement, the stadium would be at home to a men's soccer team in USL's League One, the second tier for professional soccer in the U.S., and the women's team to compete within the second tier of the USL women's professional competition structure. The USL would have a sole discretion on such decisions. The initial agreement has included that the stadium make its best efforts to negotiate a lease agreement with Missouri State University to the USL could use Plaster Stadium while the soccer stadium is being accessed or developed. While the documented note this would commence with the 2026 USL League One season until the stadium is complete. Olson said the negotiations would have not occurred to date, and there are no plans for USL to begin playing in Springfield next year. She said that this is a typical option the soccer organization likes to have on the table, but is not a certainty. If a stadium is potentially developed, she said it would be up to USL to decide whether they want to bring a team to Springfield ahead of the stadium's opening at an interim venue. Former quarry landfill site could require extra work. With the feasibility exploration moving into its second year, Olson said the work can now turn to more of a nitty-gritty details of potential stadium. Light site configurations, layouts, and cost. Part of the work is also engaging with the community to explore local interest in the sport itself. As part of the goal, the city and the USL hosted a watch party on November 18th at Molly's Pub and Patio to bring together those wanting to follow along U.S. soccer men's national team match. There is a photo of a field with the sign "The Commons" at Jordan Valley in front of it. This is near the intersection of National Avenue and Traffic Street, and it is where it is being considered for a United Soccer League stadium. The study is particularly focused on the city-owned lot at the corner of National Avenue and Trafficway Street, which is the former site of a quarry and landfill. It is a really unique way for us to leverage publicly controlled assets to bring in new partners, Olson said. This is a great opportunity for us to look at a public-private partnerships and leverage those public investments into something new to the community that's going to attract not only tourists, but also continue to support our citizens. The property being eyed for stadium provided tons of rock for area constructions for decades in the late 1800s through 1960s, when it became a landfill for a short while. After purchasing the property along with the other surrounding lots to develop Jordan Valley Park in mid-2001, there were several plans to redevelop the area that ultimately did not pan out. Until now, the spot has remained a green space park known as the Commons at Jordan Valley. The quarry continues to exude methane gas from decaying, diseased elm trees that were buried there in the 1970s, and monitoring wells and collection system remain in place. A preliminary geotechnical engineering report of the site was completed in July 2024 ahead of the agreement with USL. The report recommended either installation of a ground improvement system or a replacement of a portion of the existing file to address site limitations, and noted that some of the possible options have been used at other stadiums, including Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Colorado and Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, according to the previous News-Leader reporting. That is the end of the article.
I thought Catalina was just in California.
That is an article from October October, we want to look for. Here, how about I give you one of my articles?
Yeah. We're trying to do ones that are recent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Duolingo.
So this is from the Springfield News-Leader.
Uh-huh. I hear they do math lessons now. Springfield News-Leader, Duolingo posts some signage of its owl at 4 shuttered Hooters restaurants. Quote, learning can show up in unexpected places, and sometimes so can Duo, a statement from the brand said. This is from Greta Cross. All right. Duolingo is back at its antics, and this time it's taking over spaces formerly occupied by another owl mascot. Oh no. Duolingo, a language learning platform, has posted coming soon banners on 4 shuttered Hooters restaurants across the country. The brand has not indicated its plans for the closed restaurants, but residents have taken to social media to share their guesses. Duo has always had a flair for while he spotted empty nests around the country, he did what any overly ambitious owl might do: leave a few feathers and see who noticed, the brand said in a statement obtained by US Today. Learning can show up in unexpected places, and sometimes so can Duo. I already said that.
Okay.
Anyway, though unconfirmed, some social media users speculate that the signage could be an expansion for Duo's Taqueria, which is a Mexican restaurant owned by Duolingo in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The restaurant, located conveniently near Duolingo's headquarters, and opened up back in 2023 and has been popular in the community, appearing on several Pittsburgh listicles for the best tacos in the city. And there's a picture. There are pictures of. Oops.
It's okay. Just hit the back button. Okay. Hit that article right there. There you go.
There we go. There's a picture of Hooters, and it says coming soon Duolingo. For some reason, the 2 O's are red. From Hooters to Tutors, social media weighs in. Others have just joined in on Duolingo, the Duolingo fun. Said in the from Hooters to Tutors, that's what one Reddit user said in the Galveston, Texas subreddit. Another user in the St. Louis subreddit said, next time Hooters won't forget to complete their daily lesson. Their Hooters installations feel like an ode to a year full of memes from the brand. In February, Duolingo scared some users by teasing that the iconic duo, the owl mascot, had mysteriously died. But within a week, the brand admitted that the death was a joke. The prank served as a global campaign to pit different countries against one another to see who could earn the most in-app points to save Duo. This summer, Hooters closed more than 30 locations in a dozen states. The closures came after Kudos and agreed to sell its 151 company-owned locations to a franchise group in attempt to address its $376 million in debt. Despite the company saying it has plans to keep the doors open, the chain has been closing locations since at least 2024. Where is Duolingo taking over closed Hooters? Temporary Duolingo installations have been set up in the following locations, as confirmed by the brand in the statement obtained by US Today. The locations: St. Louis, Missouri; Charlotte, North Carolina; Beaumont, Texas; and Galveston, Texas. How long will the Duolingo's installations be set up at Hooters? Duolingo told USA on Wednesday, December 10th, that the installations will be open for a limited time. That's it.
That's the article.
Duolingo and Hooters.
All right. I'm reading from the Springfield News-Leader. Share Your Christmas. Holiday budgets are tight for single parents. Written by Hope Davis. Number 31. Single parents need help providing a holiday. Raising a family when there are two working parents can be difficult, but it is even more challenging for a single parent. The recent pause in SNAP benefits has added financial stress to many families and led several single parents to seek holiday help through Share Your Christmas. The single mom had a plate this last few months, studying for college classes, working part-time, and caring for 3 young children. She said she used money intended for Christmas to purchase groceries. There is no time in her schedule to work extra hours so she can afford gifts. A single dad wrote to Share Your Christmas explaining how pleased he was to have gained custody of his sons, but also wrote about how he is struggling to provide for the children in the home. The boys arrived needing clothes and shoes, so Dad bought them. It's a relief for Dad to know that donors will be helping with sports equipment and bedding, which will help make the boys feel more at home. One of the last parents to be referred to Share Your Christmas is another single mom who has just left a very difficult situation. Right now, her priorities must be caring for the children and stretching her budget to cover housing, groceries, and other essentials. Donors are still needed to help with a modest toy list for 3 little children who hope Santa doesn't forget them. Number 32. Coffee for Chiefs fans. Growing up on a farm prepared Maynard for hard work and for using the skills he learned from his father. Maynard has worked driving trucks, processing chickens at a local plant, assembling equipment at a factory at the care center. He is known for his enthusiasm for the Kansas City Chiefs and never misses watching their games. Gifts for him include a shirt with pockets, slacks, and a jar of instant coffee. Number 33. Care Center Fashionista. Sharon is described by the Care Center staff as a lady with a beautiful smile who insists on putting on every piece of her jewelry each morning. This fashionable lady is especially fond of the music programs and never misses the weekly gospel sing-alongs. Sharon grew up in the city and has happy memories of playing outdoors and traveling with her family to spend Christmas with grandparents and cousins. Clothing requests include a pink or purple sweater and a blouse to match. Sodas and 3 Musketeer candy bars are the treats Sharon would enjoy. How to donate to Share Your Christmas. For information about how to help the Share Your Christmas families or Care Center residents, call 417-866-8008 or email share@ccozarks.org. Gifts should be delivered to the administration entrance of the Crosslines Community Outreach Building, 3055 East Division Street. Hours for delivery are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until noon on Friday. Monetary donations are welcome as they allow Share Your Christmas to purchase gifts they may be needed to complete a child's toy list or fill a box for a Care Center resident. If you would like to send a monetary gift to assist a particular family or Care Center resident, please note that in the memo line of your check. You can also write as needed in the memo line, and your gift will be used for the Share Your Christmas program. Please send monetary donations to Share Your Christmas P.O. Box 3947, Springfield, Missouri 65808. Gifts are due by Wednesday, December 17th. Monetary donations are welcome at any time.
How many here? Oh. All right. The next article is by, I can see it, sorry. All right, let me start over.
It's okay.
Your cursor's in the way. There we go. All right, this next article is by Springfield Daily Citizen, and the article says, Missouri State headed to Frisco for Xbox Bowl against the Arkansas State. Game is slated at December 18th at 8 p.m. at Indoor Ford Center. And this article is by Ryan Collingwood. Collingwood. And there's another photo by Ellie Frystack. Missouri State running back Ramona Green Jr. celebrates a first down on Wednesday, October 29 of 2025 in Springfield. And you can see him wearing a Bears shirt that says 22 on it, and he has his arm up in victory. He's posing. He looks really happy. Missouri State's first bowl game as an FBS member is set. The school confirmed Thursday that the Bears, 7-5, will face Arkansas State, 6-6, in the
Inaugural.
Xbox Bowl on Thursday, December 18th, at the Ford Center in Frisco, Texas. Kickoff is slated for 8 p.m. Central State Time, and the game then the game will be broadcast on. Ryan Bird told the Daily Citizen in a text message, "I couldn't have asked for a better bowl situation. Early bowl game to keep our guys in rhythm. Great locations for our fans to travel to. Beautiful facility at the Star and a chance to compete against a regional opponent. Outstanding job by the bowl committee. Three-year head coach. Longtime national college football writer Brent McMurphy of ON3 Sports first reported the Bears bowl news before MCU confirmed the game. MSU. And there's a tweet post that I'm seeing right now. It's by Missouri State football, headed to the Xbox Bowl in Frisco, and there's just a huge picture, a poster that says December 18th, 8 p.m., all that, Ford Center at the Star, all of that. One of 41 games involving 82 teams, the December 18th match-up in Frisco is a replacement for the now defunct Bahamas Bowl. In 2023, when the Bahamas Bowl wasn't played due to renovations, its name was changed that year to the famous Toastery Bowl and took place in Charlotte, North Carolina. There are two bowls at the capacity 12,000 seat indoor Ford Center, also known as the Star, connected to Dallas Cowboys headquarters and practice facility this month, including the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl on December 23rd. Missouri State learned on November 29th that it received a bowl bid after the 41-game bowl season fell short of two eligible teams with 6 or more wins, MSU with 7 out of 5, 7 to 5, and Delaware 6-6. But both first-year FBS programs, otherwise not allowed to compete in a game due to their transition, were given bowl bids.
Time is 12 p.m.
Were given bowl bids because of the storage of eligible teams and their non-losing records.
Finish this paragraph.
And Missouri State has a 1-3 all-time record against Arkansas State. In its most recent meeting, a 70-7 loss to the Wolves as an FCS member in 2015. ASU won the Sun Belt Conference and appeared in the Orleans Bowl that season.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.readerku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I am Savannah Duda.
And I'm Madison Gilbert. And we
Thank you.
hope to see you soon.
Thank you for listening. Good job, Madison.
Nice.
I did want to talk to you because I noticed